Hello, we are back with Courtney Shen DeShetler. I said it perfectly this time, I think, right? And she is a licensed psychologist. She does all of her therapy online, and she did an amazing interview where she went into detail about her career, what brings her joy, and some advice for others in a previous video, which I will share at the end of this one. But now, in the next 2 minutes, she's going to give us 2 tips that will hopefully transform our lives or allow us to look at the world a little bit different. So I was able to get a snippet of what she was going to share before we started recording this. And I really hope that for those of you out there watching are in a place where you can maybe sit in quiet and really listen and be present for these next 2 minutes, because what she's going to share, I think, is really powerful and transformational and super, super important. So thank you so much, Courtney, in advance for sharing these 2 tips.
Yes, thank you, Sabrina. So my first tip for you all is if you're dealing with any sort of anxiety or depression, this is a tip that I learned from my own mentor, Dr. Joan Rosenberg. She is a licensed psychologist as well. And she talks about her 90 seconds approach, which is how to deal with difficult feelings, specifically 8 feelings. So that's sadness, shame, helplessness, anger, vulnerability, embarrassment, disappointment, and frustration. So if you can, try to write those down or check out her TED Talk on it. But what I have found personally and professionally is when we are able to learn to increase our tolerance to feeling these feelings, we can navigate almost anything in life. And it's really, really powerful. A lot of times, these are the feelings that we want to push away and avoid, but it's when we do that and we distract from them that we aren't able to, we get stuck, right? Yeah. And we're not able to think clearly and to navigate life more effectively. So that's my first tip. And then my second tip is, I received a lot of mentoring from Dr. Dale Rowe, who's another licensed psychologist who has done a lot of work in the area of social justice. And I strongly believe that with everything that is going on in our world, especially at this time, that we all kind of need to take a moment to really self-reflect and even just look at the careers that we're in or the choices that we're making in our lives and how they impact the people around us, and how we may be in some way contributing to racism or a system of white supremacy that is harming people of color, especially Black people and Latinx people, that we need to be very mindful of that going forward. And so whatever career you choose, just know that that is something that will always be present and we need to keep working through it. And that's something that I wish I had learned a lot sooner. But I'm definitely taking with me into my own life, personally and professionally going forward. So yeah, those are my 2 tips.
Wow. See, I told you this was, you just have to be present. I just again, it's very powerful, very true, and kind of hard to hear, we think that we are always living in candy canes and rainbows, or we want to, right? But taking some time to self-reflect, focus on some things that maybe we want to sort of push away is really important for positive change to happen.
Absolutely.
And so thank you so much, Courtney, for sharing. And again, I promise that I will post a link to the previous video in case you want to learn more about Courtney and what she does. Feel free to like and subscribe. And again, Courtney, I can't say enough. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sabrina.